Hello po sa inyo lahat. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my cover of Wala Kang Katulad by Musikatha. I'm going to be doing the intro for you guys, and I will also teach you guys yung pluckings. Hopefully, I will be able to target pretty much every cover that I've done kasi medyo similar lang naman silang lahat. Pero before that, I do encourage you guys to watch my other two tutorials. I did a lilim tutorial as well as a beginner's guitar tutorial. If you guys were able to follow that and have mastered it, then I think you guys will have an easier time following this tutorial. And I do want to say na yung mga covers ko po, they are pre-recorded, and whenever I record those, I don't follow any tabs or any music sheets or anything like that. I just pretty much play. So when I teach you guys this tutorial, it's not gonna sound exactly the same as how I played it dun sa pre-recorded, because I just play by ear. I don't really follow anything, so it's not going to be the exact same way of how I played it, but it's obviously similar to how I played it. For the intro, it's going to be C, F, and then G. So the first chord is a C, and then you're eventually going to put your pinky finger on the second string of the third fret right here, and then you're going to be plucking the fifth string, fourth, and then the third. And once you get to the second string, that's when you put your pinky finger on the third fret. So it's going to sound like this. Now from there, you're going to lift up your pinky finger and pluck the second string, and then you're gonna pluck the fifth, the fourth, and the third at the same time. It sounds like this. So far all together it sounds like this. Now from there you are gonna pluck the second string again, and then the third. And then you move on to the next chord, which is F. So now we are in F, and once you move to the F, you're going to be plucking the bass, which is the sixth string, and make sure your thumb is on the sixth string of the first fret. So that's why it's here. Okay, so from the C, we went like, so pluck the sixth string, and then you pluck the fourth, the third, and the second, and back to the third. So it's gonna sound like, okay, it's pretty fast. From the very start, it's gonna sound like this. Done with F, and we're gonna move on to G. So move that up. So from the G, you are gonna pluck the sixth and the second string at the same time, and then followed by the fourth, and then you're gonna hit the second string again, but as you hit it, you lift this one up. You lift up your index finger, and then pluck the third. So it's gonna sound like this. And then you just go back to the beginning. Katulad. If you guys have watched my lilim tutorial, it was pretty much the same thing, but you know, just plucking different things. So when it comes to the verse, again, I just play by ear, so I'm not really gonna show you guys or teach you guys every single detail of what I'm plucking or where my fingers are, because I don't want you guys to pluck the same exact way as I plucked the song. I plucked the song because I don't even do that. I don't remember what I hit. So for this one, I'm not gonna go through every single detail, meaning I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm plucking, where my fingers are, because I think you guys should just observe what I'm doing here. Plucking is pretty hard to teach detail by detail. I think if you guys know your chords, you'll be good. You can pretty much play around with what to pluck. Ewan ko. Hirap ng tutorial. So for this song, I don't do the original G or the original F like this, because I think it's easier to pluck it by doing this G and this F. But it's up to you, it's gonna sound the same. Okay? So for the E minor, make sure you guys hit the 6th string and not the 5th string, because this is the base of the E minor. It's the 6th string. So for this one, I just play around. It's the same thing for the intro, just play around with this. So Kulang ang lahat ng tula, maging mga salita, Upang. Now this is the what not to do when you hit this thing too much. And then how you play the chorus is gonna be the same thing as the intro. Wala kang katulad, wala nang hihigit sayo. Wala kang katulad, wala nang papantay sayo. Ikaw ang Diyos na wapaman, maging ngayon at kailanman. Sa habang panahon, so I think with plucking, it's just knowing what sounds right in your ear. For example, if I play C, all of those strings are acceptable to pluck, right? Because it sounds good. But if I pluck the 6th string, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't go with the other strings. See, it's sort of messy. So that's what I mean with knowing your chords, and you'll eventually figure out, hopefully, how to pluck, because you know what sounds right. Another example is G. Okay, you can pluck G like this, and that one, all the strings are pretty much acceptable. Anything like that. But if I play G this way, which I did for this song, there are some exceptions, and that's a time when you need to, you know what sounds good or not. If we go through the first verse, Awitin. So for this one, I lift up my what is this? So for this one, I lift up my index finger because it just sounds better than not lifting it up. I hope this tutorial makes sense. Anyways, this is what it sounds like if I lift it up, okay? Okay, versus not lifting it up. You guys heard that? There's something off. See, I mean, they both sound right, but lifting it up sounds better. So my main point is, it's difficult for me to teach you guys pluckings. I think I want you guys to really just focus on the chords, and once you really know the chords, you guys can figure out the proper springs. You guys will figure out the proper strings to pluck, and hopefully you guys will know what sounds good, what doesn't sound right, if you guys are plucking the strings too much. So I think medyo magulo yung tutorial na to, pero hopefully you guys learned something. So that's it. Salamat po sa inyo lahat. Hopefully you guys are blessed by my covers, and God bless po sa inyo lahat for the upcoming new year. Thank you po.